So the question is, how much longer must we wait to find out what the final outcome of the electrical storm will be? And this is part two. In the first part, I was telling a story. I'm going to continue the story in this part. A story that was told to me by the star beings to explain what's going on with the outcome of our big joust, and also to explain what's going on with all of these things flying in the air. So where we left off, we were talking about how there were all of these convocations happening, some in the realm, some with the current emperor having lots of meetings in his Oval Office, some with different realms coming together for international realm meetings, various meetings around the world, and how all of these people in these meetings were very, very concerned about the outcome of this joust, and they were very concerned that it was unfair. And so we were talking too about the star beings and why they're here and what they're here to do. And they were just explaining what the conditions were that had to be met in order for them to interfere in our affair. And one of those conditions has to do with other people interfering in our world. And they were talking about a particular group of bad actors, which included Starboy. And this particular group of bad actors is very, very interested in technology. And their big plan is for world domination using technology. And in particular, they are attempting to use the sky eyes that Starboy has placed in the heavens all around the planet. And so the star beings were explaining that they had to position themselves all around the planet in particular places because they want to be ready to be able to protect us from these sky eyes. But it's a very delicate operation because one of the possibilities with the sky eyes is that they can be used to disrupt our communication systems. And the thing about human beings is they get very, very nervous and panicky when they can't communicate. And so we don't want a situation where people in the realm can't speak to other people in the realm, or people in one realm can't speak to people in another realm. And so people are looking in the sky and they're seeing all these things, and some people are saying, oh, those are things put up there by our government. And other people are saying, I think those things are put up by other governments. And other people are saying, I think those things are coming from space. And many of them are right. For indeed, some of these ships out there are here from other star systems. But some of the things that we're seeing up there are technology that is associated with Starboy. And then too, some of the ships out there are simply those that belong to the military and the government of this realm. And so we got a wide variety of things flying around, orbs and UAPs and drones and UFOs, and there's so many names for these things. And that's because they're in a delicate balance of monitoring, observation, and averting disaster. What the star beings said, is if they just start trying to shoot all the star eyes out of the sky, which they could do, there's a fear that this might result in an interruption in communications. And this interruption in communications can precipitate unrest. And so they told me this is why we have to be patient, because there are so many things going on behind the scenes, so many things going on up in the skies, and all of these things have to happen in a very delicate manner. Because these bad actors who are interested in world domination, their plan is complex. Their initial plan was purely political. They simply wanted to interfere with all of the jousts that were set up to determine the rulers of the different realms. This was only one part of their plan, for another part of their plan involves world domination through technology. And so great care must be taken so that Plan B is not initiated when it becomes clear to the bad actors that Plan A is going to fail. So I asked these star beings, when they were telling me this story, I asked them, what can we do? And just so everybody is clear, I'm just telling a story, and this is just for entertainment purposes only. Because in past stories that the star beings have told me, they've emphasized the importance of us taking charge of our own destiny. They've emphasized the importance of us standing up for ourselves, speaking out for ourselves, and dreaming our future into existence. And so they said, yes, we must continue that work. We must continue dreaming, visualizing the future that we want to see, that our thoughts are powerful, that our dreams are powerful, and that we have the ability to dream our existence into reality. But that is not all we need to do. They said it's also important at this time for us to begin to spread the knowledge. And they talked about the messengers in the realm and how part of the evil plan of the bad actors who were seeking world domination was to interfere with the messages in the land so that people could not get the news. And so it became very difficult in the realm to get any news about what was going on. And it became very difficult for people to get information. And as a result, information has become very, very important. And so they emphasize the importance of us all sharing our knowledge, that if you know about this, that if you have heard these stories from the dreaming women, then you must share these stories with all of your friends and family. And even if your friends and family think that you are crazy or delusional, do not worry. Share the stories anyway. For it is only by sharing the stories that we will raise the consciousness of the entire realm. And so we must each tell these stories on all of the different platforms. We must all tell these stories to all of our friends and our families through our phones, through our words, through our emails, through all the methods that we have, through our letters. And we must have these conversations, as many conversations as we can, about what we know about the joust and what we know about the star beings and what we know about our ability to bring our own future into reality. We must each teach one about the power of visualization. We must each teach one about the rising of the divine feminine. We must each teach one about the importance of dreaming and of believing. We must each teach one about the joust, about the peculiar irregularities and the counting and the tabulation of the tickets for the joust. We must talk about these star beings and why they might be here and what it might mean. We must talk about disclosure. We must talk about the fact that we are not alone. We must talk about how we are part of a network that extends beyond our planet, beyond our Milky Way. That we belong to a cosmic sisterhood, a cosmic brotherhood, a cosmic family of life. And we have to dispense with any concern for how we might look or what people might say about us when we share these stories. We must simply tell these stories because these stories are powerful and these stories can change the world. So we must be the storytellers who are changing the world.